What's up, guys? We're on our way to a service call. It says control board problem in the boiler. So I was just reading over, getting an idea of what's going on. A couple weeks ago, control board for the boiler was turning on and off repeatedly. He reset it and it cleared the problem. Last night it did it again. Left it overnight, turned it on in the morning, which reset it, but it's cycling the relay on the boiler, which is their concern. So sounds like we might have a control problem on the boiler. Never worked on this boiler. I've been past it. Done some work on the rooftop units that feed this same area. It is humidity controlled. So let's get in here and see what we got. So there's 4 rooftops that feed that area. Of course, they said it was running this morning. Here is our boiler. So we got our control signal comes in here somewhere. We're going to figure out where. Looks like we got a contactor or something here. I would suspect between this contactor and that board that's where our issue is going to be. Temperature is not a problem with this boiler or with this space. This is an old boiler, not too old, 98. They use some kind of powder in the space, so it's for humidity control. I only know most of this because I put that valve on a couple years back. So that valve feeds hot water over to the there's reheat coils on the, I believe it's on the return air of those rooftop units. And rooftop units have recently been replaced, as well as upgrading the controls and our control board here. So I do hear the boiler running. And we can see the boiler is fired. I don't know what kind of maintenance they do, but I think most of their maintenance is done in-house with this. But if we're clicking on and off like he says, it's almost got to be something inside the control here. Like I said, I would lean towards contactor or this circuit board. Most likely that contactor. It's an old one. So let's dig in and see where our control comes in. See if we can figure out what's going on. And we're calling it a boiler, but it's basically a glorified hot water heater. We don't have much else. I believe that got replaced, and that's about it, along with the valve. The boiler's been here since date code 98 and not really had a problem. We're sitting about 100 degrees, a little over 100 degrees right now. And y'all ain't gonna be able to see, but it looks like that valve is open, so it is feeding hot water right now. Let's dig in here and see what we can figure out. So let's start by seeing what we get out of this boiler. I don't know, like I said, what kind of maintenance they do, but let's blow it down. This should be our low water cutoff. Let's tie it back into that. see anything crazy coming out of there. It's pretty clean. It's like pretty clean water. I can hear my water feed. I can hear it feeding water in. There's no water sight glass or anything to tell where the water level is, but we do have the boiler control switch. Let's burner's on. Let's do a low water test. It says 8 seconds. There it goes. Alright, so that's our low water cutoff test. And that seemed to work. We're just going to cycle a few things and see if we can get this thing to act up so I can see what's actually chattering. Because it acts like it was coming from that control board. But I think it's going to be more something in here that's dragging us down. So let's keep testing a few things and see what we got. So reset the manual water. Close the pilot. Burner should be shortly after. There it goes. Probably got some dirt buildup on that burner, but again, still haven't seen anything chatter. So we're going to keep playing with this thing, see what we can figure out. Maybe cycle it a few times. Looks like our high limit's 165 or so, 160, something like that. And then we're maintaining about 150-ish. So, he had it off last night. He just turned it on this morning. That's why our water's temp's still coming up. But we should see this temperature continue to rise. So I know I got a call. We're going to keep monitoring this thing. Maybe take some amp draws and some voltage readings. See if we can figure out what the hell is going on here. And let our water temp keep coming up. So again, this is my low water cutoff, this board here. I'm more focused on this relay, thinking that might be dragging everything down. I actually just used the manual boiler switch to turn it off right now. It is a 24 volt coil and then feeds power through there. I have yet to see it chatter or anything. I do have, you can't see because of the glare, I got 24 volts and I got a good closed switch. There's my 120 with an open switch. You got a lot of intermittent problems. I gotta keep looking, see if we can figure out what's going on here. Worst case scenario, we may replace that relay there because that's the only thing I can see that should be chattering. I'm gonna go back down and talk to them and see if they were actually up here with it when it was chattering, to see if they could tell what may have caused it, and then kind of go from there. Like I said, we're going to cycle it a few more times and just see. There's the pilot and the main burner, all with no issues. clamp that wire. I mean, I've got almost no amperage there. 0.2. And that's on the coil voltage. So the low voltage for that coil. So we're gonna keep searching, see if we can figure out what the hell happened here. Not sure. Everything else looks good and tight. I don't see any loose connections, so something weird going on. So still not really finding anything on this side. It's not too temp, so I'm wondering if it's not when it gets close to the temp. So let's adjust our thermostat down a little bit. We were about 100 degrees. Everything sounded normal there. The burner again. I'm gonna leave it set low for right now and see if maybe one of these temp controls. That's the high limit, so this is, I think that was just me hitting it. It's still on. So let's see if maybe this temp control is acting up. It should have that 5 to 10 degree span, so once it satisfies, should give it a few degrees till it kicks back in. But still not seeing anything weird, so we're gonna monitor for a little while. Apparently it works like this every time he resets it, which he did last night, left it off, and now here we are. So, chasing a ghost. Our valve's still open, so it's with the pump running and actually circulating that water, it's taking a while to heat up. In here just freaking moving wires around, trying to get something to act up. I haven't seen a damn thing. The only thing, everything's tight. The only thing I have seen, which these are mechanical temp switches, but if I tap them, what I heard earlier was this just chattering real quick. Let's see if I can get it to do it again. Watch that. That clicking is that opening for a split second, but that's not the, I mean, that thing's not getting tapped on. There's no vibration, so that shouldn't be a cause. I'm just leaning towards something in here. Our control's been in place for, hell, we updated all that 2 years ago. We got all brand new rooftops, and we updated the controls. So I wouldn't think it's anything over there. That's why I was leaning towards something in here. I was kind of thinking it was going to be this contactor here, but it's hard to fix if it ain't broke. So we're going to continue to monitor, see if we can find anything weird. Try to get in the control side and turn it on and off from the main computer, because this has been running since I got here. Since he got here, he said he's not had any issues out of it. He told me when I got here, he said, I don't know what you're gonna find because it's been running. So here we are, and he's right. Haven't found nothing yet, but even moving these relays around, nothing weird, nothing loose in here. This is our boiler control relay, so that kills my boiler, which is normal. Little water light's still on, so that's all normal. I just kicked my burner off because this is my signal to run. I don't see anything too crazy inside of there. I mean, the contacts look alright. There goes the boiler, fired right back up. Alright, so no real resolution here. We've operated the valve. We're still closed. It's starting to open back up. Operated the valve via the computer, open and closed. Obviously, we operated off all of the boiler controls and tested all the safeties there. There's no issues there. We did find some issues in the set points inside the BAS. So he actually changed some of his set points. There was no differential. And so we're thinking maybe that could have been a cause. And I need to go have a conversation with him because these are our binary outputs for the boiler and the water pump. I'm wondering if he didn't see that light flashing, which is basically my communication LED. That's a consistent flash all the time. So maybe he saw that, and I'm not sure what. I'm going to need a definition on, chattering. He said it's on and off, but how quickly? When that valve closes, it does go pretty quick on the temperature, but then it stops and stays off for a good while. My burner's actually not on yet. I'm still kind of waiting on this valve to slowly open back up, but nothing weird in the controls. I haven't found anything that's operating like they said it was. So we made a few adjustments on the set points into the control system to our humidity setting. There is a differential now, and we've adjusted our occupied, unoccupied, because they don't really, the settings were the same, high and low for the humidity in unoccupied mode, which they don't really go to an unoccupied mode. They're basically trying to maintain this humidity 24/7. So that's where we're at. It's hard to fix when there's not really a problem, at least one that I can see. So leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think. Hit the thumb. Tell me what I missed. Tell me what y'all would have done different. We'll see you guys on the next one.